Hi guys, Tech James here. In this video we will be looking at the brand new BittBoy. So this was actually sent to me by BittBoy themselves. So if you guys would like to purchase one, there will be a link in the description. If you like the look of it during this video, you can check that out, maybe buy one. I will also leave an Amazon link to one. I think it's currently out of stock, but hopefully it will be in stock soon. So yeah, make sure to check out the two links if you like the look of the BittBoy during the video. So you're probably wondering what a BittBoy is. It's basically a Game Boy clone that lets you play games off your SD card. Now it's really small and it's got quite a high quality screen, and we're basically going to be checking it out in this video. So here is the box that I received, so let's just go ahead and unbox it. So let's just have a look at the box quickly. Here is all the information at the back. So we have got supports external micro SD cards. These are the games it plays: NES, FC, which is basically like Famicom, NES kind of games, Game Boy Color and Game Boy. It's got a headphone port, you can save the games. It's got a 2.4-inch IPS screen. You can go on full screen or original resolution. So you know on the Game Boy where you press R and you can stretch the screen, basically that. It's got screen brightness adjustment. It's got a 700 mAh rechargeable lithium battery. The battery life is 2 to 3 hours, and it's also got a TV out port. So that is pretty much it on the box. There is actually a picture of what it looks like. This one, they have gone for the classic Game Boy design, which is very cool. So let's open it and let's see what we've got. The first thing we get in here is a micro SD card in a SD card to USB reader. So let's take a look at this. This, I'm guessing, is what we're going to put the ROMs on. So it's a hopefully that focuses. It's a CK micro SD HC 8GB. CK, never heard of that brand. Maybe it's good. So I think what we're going to do now, before we actually unbox the Game Boy, let's go and connect this to my computer and let's put some ROMs on it. Right guys, so just over on your computer quickly, as you can see, these are all of the ROMs I wish to copy across. I've got 2 NES ROMs, 2 Game Boy ROMs, and then 2 Game Boy Color ROMs. So here I've got my SD card and it's plugged in. What we can actually do is just right click it, go down to Format. As you can see, there's the capacity, there is the file system. We must select FAT32 for this to work. It should be default. Then just select default allocation size. Make sure quick format is ticked. Click on start and then just click on OK. And now your USB or your SD card is now formatted. So what we can do is copy across all of our ROMs, just drag and drop them across. Now it's up to you, where do you decide to get your ROMs from? These are backed up off of my cartridges, and as you can see, they're now copied across. So you don't have to put them in file folders or anything. I will show you what it does when we're actually on the device. Each section will locate the ROMs that works for each section, if that makes sense. So I will go onto my BittBoy now and show you guys how this reads the ROMs. Okay guys, so we are back and we've now got our ROMs on our kind of like SD card. So let's just take this out and let's just put that to the side, and we will be able to put that in there in a minute. So let's take out the Game Boy itself, or the BittBoy should I say. So here it is. It looks like there's some other stuff in here as well. We've got these instructions. Oh, there you go. Yeah, these are the instructions. So it has all the basic functionalities on there. You know, you get basically has everything labeled on there. I will be showing you this stuff anyway. We've also got another box inside. I'm not sure what would be in here. Probably the charging cable and stuff. Let's have a look. Okay, so in here we've got the TV out port and the charging cable. So the charging cable just looks like a basic kind of like micro USB cable, the same cable you'd charge like your Android phone or PS4 controller with. And then we've also got a TV out cable, so we can plug this into the Game Boy, BittBoy, and then this into your TV. I will check that out. Sometimes these things work on my TV, sometimes they don't, so I will be trying that later. So anyway, here is the BittBoy itself. Comes in quite a nice bag. Normally they're blank. This one actually has a cool design on it, so that's always a nice thing. So let's just take this out. Okay, so here it is. Now let's just test out the buttons. They press in quite nicely. Probably not as nice as the original Game Boy, but obviously this is like a clone version. Let's just take a look at it. Here is the back. 6 screws on the back if you did want to disassemble it. Nothing on the side. Nothing on the side. On the bottom we've got the headphone jack and the TV out jack. It works as both, and we've also got the charging port right there, the micro USB charging port. So it actually has a plastic screen protector on the screen, so we can go ahead and just peel that off slightly. So you go, the screen is actually looking pretty good. It is actually plastic, I believe, but let's try and put in our micro SD card and see what it comes up with. Actually, do you know what, let's take out the back first. Do you know what? That actually looks like a Game Boy Advance SP battery. Yeah, that really does look like a Game Boy Advance SP battery. Maybe I will test that out later. But anyway, let's just put in our SD card and see what it looks like. Okay, so the power button is at the top here. Let's go and power it on. Here you go, MIY pocket, not sure what that is. So we've got the NES games first on here. If we scroll next, we've got the Game Boy games, and then we've got the Game Boy Color games. So NES and FC are on the same kind of thing. And what we can do is press A to open them. So as you can see, we press A, it's going to come up with all of the NES games we've got on here. Now if we select Game Boy, all the Game Boy games, and then if we select Game Boy Color, we've got all the Game Boy Color games. So I've actually got a Game Boy ROM hack on here, but you know what, let's try NES first. Let's just launch up Final Fantasy. So we just press on Start, and hopefully it should launch up the game. Now if you guys are playing it and you're wondering why the sound isn't working, to adjust the sound, what you have to do is actually hold the select button and use A and B to control it. So A will make the sound go down, B will make the sound go up. So as you can see, if I turn it up, the sound starts playing. I don't want to get any copyright issues, so let's just continue a game quickly. But yeah, that is how you control the sound, and it's exactly the same with the brightness. You hold select, but you use these two black buttons here. So this one will be up and this one will be down. So we can turn the brightness all the way down, the screen's pretty much dark, and we can turn it all the way back up again. Now if you're wondering about settings like saving, screen adjustments, you just click the R button right here and it's going to come up with this menu. Press A for save, and you can actually create an archive, so we can just save a game right here. And there you go, we've got that saved. Press R again to access the menu. We've also got mode, so we can go on full or default, and you can just press B to go back. And you guys can see it's put it to like the normal default screen. I actually prefer the stretch version. I just kind of like it on that. So I'm just going to change it back and then press B. So I'm just going to adjust it again. You can press R again for the last setting, and this is display. So we're going to change it to LCD or TV. If you press B, this will actually be outputting to your TV now. So if you're wondering how to get this back, you just press R, scroll down twice, and then just press A, and then just press B again. And there you go. So yeah, you just do that. You just have to press R, scroll down twice, press A, and then press B to exit that out. So yeah, there are all the settings. If you want to reset the whole console, I believe you just turn it on and off again. That's probably the quickest way just to reboot it. Now you might be wondering about gameplay too. That is what we're going to try out. So let's try some Megaman for the NES and see what that plays like. I'm not sure if these things might lag a bit or they might play perfectly fine. So let's find out. Okay, so here you go, Megaman for the NES. I've never actually played this game before, but I'm not really sure. Am I supposed to be killing this thing? There you go. Okay, so audio seems fine, the colour seems fine. It doesn't seem to lag so far, which is actually really good. Okay, so there you go, I just died. Apparently I'm really bad at Mega Man. But yeah, the gameplay seems fine, it doesn't seem to lag or anything like that. The audio also seems completely fine. I'm not sure if this audio is copyrighted, so I'm about to be a bit careful when like playing it. But yeah, gameplay seems pretty good on NES games, and that is a really good thing. So I think what we'll try now, let's try one of my Game Boy Color games. I actually got a Game Boy Color ROM hack, so let's see if it can read that. So let's just scroll over to Game Boy, press A. It wasn't Game Boy Color, it was actually Game Boy. I got Pokemon Brown version, so let's just press start on this. Does it load up Pokemon Brown? Seems like it's loading it up. And there you go, Pokemon Brown ROM hack. That is cool. It also plays ROM hacks as well. So this is actually really good for playing the original Game Boy games, just because it's on a nice screen. And yeah, that does actually look quite nice. So let's just maybe start a quick game. I'm pretty sure everything will work fine. And yeah, it looks like it's working completely fine. So yeah, that is good. Pokemon Brown works as well, which is a ROM hack Game Boy game. So I think what we'll test out now, let's test out a Game Boy Color game and see if that runs fine. So we have got Super Mario Bros. Deluxe, I believe. So let's press start to launch this game up. Okay, so the screen does look really nice. I noticed about this, the screen doesn't actually hurt my eyes. I do have some of these kind of like clone devices, and I will be looking at the screen, maybe play it for about 5 minutes, and it actually really starts to hurt my eyes. The screen on this is really good quality. So let's just do an original game real quick, and let's just test this out. That was bad. Oh well. So yeah, pretty good gameplay on this. Let's just try another round because I wasn't even looking and I completely failed that time. It definitely feels playable, doesn't really feel laggy. Maybe the buttons aren't as nice as the original Game Boys, but I think apart from that, it's actually a pretty good clone, and seeing as you can play your backups off your SD card, and it supports NES games and the original Game Boy games as well, even ROM hacks, yeah, I'm pretty impressed with that. So it will support ROM hacks for pretty much everything. I don't know if more powerful ROM hacks might get this thing to lag, who knows. You can read more information about it over on the BittBoy website as well, if you're still wondering about something, or you can probably ask in the comments of this video. Right guys, so let's test out the TV out feature. As you can see, I've got it plugged in, and I've also got it plugged into my TV. There's my cat. Oh my god. So yeah, once you're on the main menu like this, you can't actually bring up that small menu. If you press the R button right here, it does absolutely nothing. So what you'd have to do is actually boot up a game first. So let's try Game Boy Color. Let's boot up Pokemon Yellow. Okay, so once we have got it connected, what we can actually do is press R to bring up the main menu. We then want to scroll down to where it says display, press A, and then press B to go back. Okay, now as you can see, it's now running on my TV. So if we press R to open up the menu again, there's a few more features we get. We get full mode, we get, which is on now, we get default mode. So if you press B to go back, this is default mode. It kind of looks like a Game Boy Color kind of thing. And then if we press R again, we actually get a second option. We get kind of like Game Boy Color full screen mode. So if we press B to go back, this is probably the best one because it's not completely stretched and it's completely playable. So yeah, this is what the TV mode looks like. Pretty cool. Obviously when you want to get it off of TV mode, you just press R again, scroll down, just press A on this, and then just press B to go back. So yeah, that is pretty much it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to check out the link in the description if you think the BittBoy is cool. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.